This is quite an unusual situation because I've come to look at a pool that has been installed by a professional company, but it's got problems, and it's got big problems. Now, the advice they've given the owner is to put in a phosphate filter for £2,500. But I don't think they should do that. And they've called me in to see whether I can give them some steer on which way to get this pool fixed.
First of all, I need to establish what is happening in the pool now. The planted filter zone is looking particularly disturbing, but there's a need for an explorative paddle.
Get my bread knife and get in because we just want to try and give. Oh, it's so shallow, isn't it?
It should be a bit. It should have 2 more inches in.
Two more inches, but you know,
even then,
I'm
you
standing
think
on
it's
the
too
gravel. Yeah, my goodness, that is ridiculous. So it's at the water level, even when it's full, it's about 6 inches. You know, it's this. It's a shelf. Oh, that's in a. The lily is in a like a bucket or something. Yeah, that's in a bit deeper waters, but that's still about a foot. It's not great. If there's a bit more direct light, then you get more flowers.
I'm faffing around in the margins, but I need to delve deeper.
Have we got a good one? Oh yeah, that's a heavy one. Got good catch of the day, this one. Oh, it's not too bad. There's just some shrimps. Oh no, that's a tiny newt there.
Like a proper detective, I'm following my nose.
It's had difficulty decomposing because there's no oxygen, because you've got this sort of black stuff at the bottom, which smells a bit unpleasant. It's like a sort of hydrogen sulfide sort of smell. Let's have a look at the pond edge, shall we? Yeah, it's round here, if you can keep up. Right, so the problem has been this. This is how loads of nutrients are getting in here, because this is a capillary conduit. We've got water saturated fleece here on the pond side into dry land normally, and then that's wicking out. But the worst thing is when the pond level is really low, it's quite dry in here, and you get water seeping through the lawn, coming down into here, and then gets taken up and brought into the pool. So this is providing loads of nutrients for the pool, and I think this is the actual main problem that this pool has got, this blinking fleece. So we're going to try and make a capillary barrier out of it without going through the liner. Oh, look at that, there we go. Right, so there's the liner in there, and then this is the fleece overliner to protect it, but as you see, it's all saturated with water, so water at the moment is being drawn out of it. But when it rains, which it has been doing, water gets drawn in. There we go. So the idea is to pull that back all the way around the pool. This will can take ages, and then that gets all covered in stones, and should then protect the liner from sunlight, but not allow water to get back and forth willy-nilly from the lawn to the pool. The bread knife with a nice rounded end, which I rounded off on a grinder thing, it's just the best tool ever. Now look at this now. Look at that. How to convert a bread knife into a really valuable tool. Best thing since sliced bread. This is a very, very trusting owner.
It's not evident that any circulation system is working.
So we're trying to get this stuff out of the pipes, which will help. But you see, adding a phosphate filter is not going to help in this situation. I've got to get in there and sort this out. So this is another example of a broken capillary barrier. We've got plants. I've taken away some here, but the plants are growing here and into the planted zones. So all of this vegetation here is straddling the edge, and again allowing nutrients to get back and forth. So we need that out. And also in some places there are pots that have been planted directly into the pool, and they contain lots of nutrients because they're just being bought from a garden centre or whatever. So we don't do that, because you're just adding to the nutrient load. So ideally we need to dig them out as well. But the problem with the pool is we've got these unsightly clumps of periphytic algae floating to the surface, and that's because there's so much gunk at the bottom of the pool, an accumulation of biomass over the years, and it's become anaerobic, and that stuff is growing on the surface. When the sun shines, it photosynthesizes and produces oxygen, which makes it rise up in clumps. So that's that stuff, and the water's just generally cloudy because there's basically too many nutrients in the pool.
And contributing to that, the new owners have inherited a range of chemicals that would do any alchemist proud.
Yeah, so here, what is this? Some sort of product. And oh, the irony, it's oxy powder, obviously to provide oxygen because there's no oxygenation going on by plants, oxygenator, and blanket weed control. We love blanket weed. That is not what you want to have. Blanket weed is really good for mopping up nutrients. Yeah, I can't believe it. And so barley bio, again, you're just adding nutrients to the pool. Complete nonsense. Don't do it. Don't add barley straw. Don't do anything. Don't add. No, it's like jelly. It's like a sort of Chivers jelly. Blue washing. You make your pool blue. Get rid of algae, but algae. Oh, yeah, it's not the problem. Oh, you can have a really deep purple, blacky pool. Yeah, none of it. All of this stuff has been going into that pool. No wonder it's just looks like soup. But I've just doing my trunks up. All those have a nervous disposition, but better look away now, right?
With all those chemicals in there, what's the worst that can happen? I come out with two heads.
Right. Let's see what it's like. Bit mucky. Ooh.
I thought you found another person down there.
Yeah, hi. We do look remarkably similar. That does smell a bit odd.